Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, before we get the show started, as always, YouTube. We're on YouTube. Subscribe to us. We got weekly videos coming out. Mm-hmm. Check out our Twitch channel. We're on there weekly. No set schedule, so just turn on notifications, and you'll just catch us just playing a game. You know, getting frustrated as a samurai, feudal Japan.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
Who knows
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Westerns, like, what's up? Yeah. You want to see an action movie hero save his girlfriend?
Hey.
Right.
you don't even know what the 90s was about. You don't know what the 90s was
I'm talking about
right
now. You don't know. But yeah, check out all of that. And also Patreon monthly episodes coming out.
Yeah.
You know, drop $3 and you got us.
Yeah.
Search Negro Jump and
search it.
You'll see all the stuff. What's the link tree? What's the link?
Linktree.com. It's the link.tree/Negro Jump.
Yes.
Negro Jump.
Yes.
It's all there. It's all on
it. Get that.
But without any further ado, we got a special guest in the building. I'm glad we could get this guy before he goes back to LA.
I know, right?
Guys, we got the one and only Dimetrius Fields in the building.
Yes.
How you doing?
Yes.
What's up, buddy? The internet extraordinaire himself.
This guy.
The moving shaker.
Man.
How we get this nigga? I don't even know.
I don't know either. Well, first of all.
Yeah.
First of all, on TikTok one day, as I usually am.
Yeah.
And he's up there. I recognize him from his videos. He would like talk trash about New York City apartments. I'm like, he's absolutely right. This is a closet that I'm living in.
Here I am.
Yeah.
This is a closet I'm living in right now.
Yo, you know what's funny about that video? I put that video up and I was like, I can't believe people in New York are living in squalor. Like, you're a 45-year-old
he trashed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Why are you a dentist with 7 roommates doing yoga just so you can fit into your room? Like, go to Iowa and get a 17-room mansion, or come here and have 5 roommates.
You paying $2,000 rent for a bacon, egg, and cheese? Get the fuck out of here.
But I didn't know they were putting pastrami on them bitches. I would have changed my. Opinion if I would have known about the pastrami egg and cheese.
But it was recently I saw you, like, I think because you had just got out here. Mm-hmm. And he was like, look who I ran into. It was Ryan Roman.
Yeah.
Roman. I was like, I'm calling him Rome. Nah, he directed Kids.
Yeah.
His YouTube. I was about to say little. It's not little. It's a very well produced series on YouTube.
He's the shit, man.
It is very. It's a very dope thing that, like, to have like met him and be like, yeah, this is what I did. I'm like, nigga, this shit hard. Why are you doing stand up?
You already made it, man.
Yeah,
you moving backwards.
This is dope. Like, I'm real. Yeah.
Shit is beautiful. You got great aesthetic.
Gak. Excuse me, not kids. Gak. Yeah. Grown ass kids. Yeah.
Grown ass kids.
Yes. Excuse me. Sorry, Ryan.
Gak.
Yes. But yeah, just randomly and like that, I was like, I don't even think he got a TikTok. So I was just like, oh, what's up, Ryan? And he just replied back. Like, yeah. I did not know, like, just everybody just well connected with each other.
Well, I mean, like, you want to know how I met Ryan is weird. I think I only had like 100,000 TikTok like followers or subscribers or whatever it is at the time, and somebody like sent a video of mine to him because I look just like that motherfucker.
I do.
And he slid in my DMs. It was like, hey, it's your twin. What's up? What's poppin'? And he was just a chill ass dude. Like, I'm a film major. He was telling me about his films. He does stand up. He's giving me advice about like the area, and like, maybe that's why when I made the New York hate video, everybody thought I was a motherfucker from Jersey. Then I find a motherfucker from Jersey who looked just like me. Well, there's actually like thousands of Puerto Ricans here who look just like me.
Yeah.
And, like, some Dominicans. People.
It's just the racially ambiguous sector is right here. Right here in New York.
Like,
you don't know.
I found out location. Yeah.
Yeah.
People ask me if I'm Dominican. Like, how much? Look, okay, now I'm Dominican. Now that my chest is all out. Now, but before, no.
You gotta rip a V-neck.
Yeah,
you gotta. That's what I'm saying. That confidence. I love Dominican people.
Yeah.
I went to a Dominican club. It was dancing to the music, going crazy. I couldn't compete with the confidence, like, because the women, like these island women,
it's all swagger. Yeah,
these island women got this look on their face when you walk up to me. It's like, yuck, like yuck. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that that's like, I hear what you're saying.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge, but I wasn't ready for that. Like, in Michigan, it's way easier to talk to people. People are way more approachable, bro. Way more approachable.
You gotta be ready for an argument.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta be ready for
They want one. They want one for just a pre-argument to get it out of the way.
They say they don't, but you have to.
Yeah.
I walked up to badass Dominican chick, and I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name?" And she said, "No, thank you." Woo! And I just walked away. Woo! I was like, "Yo, cold-blooded ice in your veins."
Come on, man.
Keep it pushing though.
Look at the men, the sassiest niggas that will just slice you up out of nowhere. Yeah. Pull a whole machete out.
Damn, a Dominican's JoJo character?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I'm surprised he hasn't done one. The DR or whatever.
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That's 7.
JoJo.
That's 7. JoJo.
That'd be kind of cold though. That'd be like
some nigga with a belly button ring and cuts on his eyebrows.
Come on, man.
His stand is just his slightly stronger cousin.
I mean, part 4 is like part 5. After part 5 is limitless because you had the just fashionable mobsters just running around Italy, just stabbing and shooting each other up and shit. That shit was hard.
Yeah,
too hard. Definitely. You said you watched part 3.
Yeah.
And
I actually like part 3 a lot. I'm a piece of shit because I start a lot of animes and then I don't finish them.
Feel bad.
That's everybody.
The whole community.
That's the whole
community. Oh my god! Don't feel bad. It's the whole community.
I'm halfway through a lot of shit right now.
Yeah.
The only one that I finished, the only animes I can finish are animes that will never be finished. Like I am caught up in Hunter x Hunter.
Ooh.
Yeah. But that shit ain't.
But
never
gonna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He already gave you one.
Hiatus. It's gonna be.
He's not. There's no rush. He don't got to. He don't got to do shit.
They put one of my favorite animes on Netflix when I was a little kid, Shaman King.
Yeah.
Shaman King was my favorite shit.
So you're a man of the Foxbox era.
I was.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah. Watching One Piece, but they was eating lollipops instead of smoking cigarettes.
See what I'm talking about?
Sanji, why you holding that lollipop like that, bro?
He's about to kick you in your face. Like, he's about to get on his hands and hit you with his heel. Like, I rewatched that recently, and like
the 4Kids dub.
Yeah, no, just like that part when they introduced like Sanji and like the power scaling they were doing shit. I think he literally kicked like a rowboat that was like launched out. It was like a small battleship with a large cannon, and then he just kicked.
He like whirlwind kicked it. Yeah, some shit like that.
Just already. Just like power. That show was whack. Yeah, shout out to the 4Kids.
Yeah, shout out Sanji.
Come on, man.
Man got hockey for no reason. Who the fuck taught you? You're not even training. You over here making.
Well, he was running from.
He's a chef.
From. No, here's some inside of baseball here.
Or he's royalty.
He's royalty, but before that, you know when they all got split up.
Yeah.
You know what island he went to? An island full of cross dressers. I don't want to say trans women because some of them will probably just be men in dresses with 5 o'clock shadows and shit. And he calls it 2 years of torture he went through, which is running away from these guys that could whip his ass.
I understand.
He couldn't accept it. He couldn't accept it.
I know what that's like because one time I lost the remote and I had to watch RuPaul's Drag Race marathon all day. Hey, but that show is fucking gas. That might be peak television. You gotta throw your homophobia out the window and appreciate RuPaul's Drag Race for being the funniest shit ever.
That's why I watch JoJo.
Because when they fight for real.
That's why I watch JoJo.
They fight for
real.
Like
it's like all drama, hanging out, upset, and then like once hands go in, it's like, oh no, there's some weight behind these hands.
Right. And then the meanness is a part of drag culture. Like one of my homeboys does drag races. He was telling me about the shit. It's really fucking sweet. So they go up on stage. If they like are supposed to be mean. Like if the audience ever tries to interact, it's like, why are you trying to take this attention from me?
Yeah, I've seen drag hosts before. They can command an audience. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing showmanship. There's so few examples of showmanship in our society right now. There's so few people who really take pride in like just putting on a great fucking show. Those drag racers, they put on a great fucking show.
JoJo Part 5, Golden Wind, that's literally RuPaul. Drag racing anime. I promise you.
I believe it.
Slim niggas with their chests and stomachs out, shoulders showing, collarbone showing, just voguing and slicing each other up. I promise you that's all it is.
Have you ever been to a drag show?
I have not. I have not. I wouldn't. I don't know. I do mind going because it's like I kind of just want to watch, but like you gotta be a part of it.
You gotta go with a squad. It'd be weird if you went by yourself.
You can't just be there arms crossed, just quiet, like I would like to be, just appreciating. It's like no cheering, like hyping it up. Matching the energy.
It's sick. They come out and they wear like this, like a big like loofah is the only way I can try. They look like a shower loofah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's like one outfit, and then they like take that off, and everyone goes crazy. They got another outfit. And then they tell Tina Turner to suck a dick from the back. Another outfit. Depending on how they're feeling, another outfit.
Layers.
It's layers.
Meanwhile, they did like 3 dance numbers with the first layer on. Like it's crazy.
Drop down to the floor, rolls up again. All of that.
That's where they got stands from. That's got to be where they got it from.
Shit is amazing. You see some unathletic motherfuckers doing some very athletic shit.
Yes. In the heat of the moment.
He got a 7-foot wingspan. Like, of course. Twirling and shit.
Women are always saying shit like, women can do anything men can do and in heels. But I think those heels might up your power level because these drag racers go crazy. Is it double jump?
It's a double jump.
It gives you a double jump.
Yeah.
That death drop where you just sacrifice your ACL for a room full of people. That shit is crazy.
Tuck your leg behind your knee and just drop down to the floor.
I've seen a 285-pound person do that shit. There are some big drag racers, athletic as shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
No heel snapping.
Hell yeah. All right, so you were a Saturday morning kid. You say you watch Foxbox.
Yeah.
What were your go-tos? You say you watch Shaman King, so I already.
I was big on Shaman King.
Yeah.
I watched One Piece. I liked. I was really big into fucking like everybody was into Pokemon.
Yeah.
I was into Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then Sonic had a great TV show.
Sonic X.
Sonic X was the shit. And then Kirby was another show that I watched.
Right Back at you.
Right Back at you.
That one took a while to like just get into because it was just so out there.
Yeah.
He didn't talk.
And then he basically had a supporting cast, basically.
Yeah, he didn't talk, and it was like, oh, he woke up too early, so that's why he's such like a child. But he would still like fight, and like that's when they were blending in like the CGI with the hand drawn stuff. So it was, and like I only knew the nigga from fucking Smash Brothers. I didn't know it was like a whole backstory to him.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
I actually I think I might have watched the show before I even played any of the games.
Really?
Because I was watching that when I was like probably like 3 or 4, man. Like I was super young watching those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Kirby.
Yeah, I remember just playing like the Game Boy joints, and like I found out those were on like Super Nintendo way before. But I was like, whatever, this is dope. Watching that, I mean, they used to on Foxbox. They used to do those like sweepstakes joints where you like draw. You send in a draw thing. Yeah, I sent one and I never got a response back.
Sweeps, of course you did.
Yeah.
You know how many of those Shonen Jump inserts I sent? I was like, I should be able to win. There was one like, no.
Yeah, the one. Nah, because I thought I was nice with the pen. I was like, I drew Chef Kirby, flipping some hash browns. I was like, and I colored it. I was like, put it in the mailbox. Did the whole 9. Sat on my ass for 5 weeks, nothing.
Kirby not talking is... I think Kirby not talking holds him back. Because if we're thinking about... Let's be real. Kirby is a far superior platformer to Mario. I feel like they got all the shit people loved in Mario. They're like, okay, his mushrooms and fire flowers and shit. That's the best part. That's the part that you go crazy for. Let's make a whole game about that shit.
He eats whatever he eats, he becomes. Like,
exactly.
That's perfect.
Dude, I just feel like they don't get enough love. Like, I feel like Kirby does not get enough love for being the amazing. And then Yarn, the Kirby Yarn.
The Yarn one they did for the DS, that one actually did really well.
I think it's just because he ended up just being like a character under the umbrella that is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't hear about Kirby until Super Smash Brothers. Even then, I didn't know who the hell he was. And then it was the Crystal Canvas. I think that was the 64 game where you can actually like mix powers together and like make stuff. And so even then, I'm like, what is this pink blob? Same thing with Star Fox. Same thing with Metroid. Captain Falcon.
I hated the Star Fox game.
You don't like Star Fox?
I didn't like Star Fox games.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was because I was a little kid and it was like too hard, but I remember like just not being able to get through it at all and just like barrel rolling and then getting tired of barrel rolling. I was like, this is sweet, but now I'm exhausted.
Yeah. The last, well, I got it now, is I say the best one was Star Fox Assault.
Yeah.
Where literally it was just a mission, and depending on the mission, it would just be like flight, or sometimes it'll be flight, a tank, or him like running around and like just shooting up like giant bugs and stuff.
Yeah, that was the one where he had the staff, right? Or he's got like
that's
the
adventure.
Oh, that's adventure.
That's adventure.
Okay,
Assault was like they just went back to their roots and just rocket launchers and laser beams and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I think because it was Mario and the Zelda franchise just leading the way. Yeah. I think all the others were just like, all right, they're here. They got their moments. Kirby was cool though, like the Canvas game or the one on the DS. They made him like you could always do these like hybrid mini games with Kirby that only work with Kirby. They did on Super Nintendo. They did a Kirby golf game. Essentially, Kirby's a ball, and you can like launch him across a course and like,
I've played that game.
It's solid as hell. It's
fun
really
as
fun.
Fuck. Those old 2D, they were like 2D, but they were 3D, but they were really like 2D. Those golf games, I love them. Shits. Yeah. How the fuck did Nintendo drop the ball? They created the best mini games of all time. All these apps on people's phones are there's like they copy a lot of those mini games. How did they fall off with that?
Because they just focused on just consoles. What do we do best? Pokemon and handhelds.
Their IPs are great. It's just whenever like the times were changed, it's like, all right, hey, right now what's hot is like higher graphics. So like, no, fuck graphics. We just want the gameplay. Well, PlayStation's got you on graphics. And then it's like, well, what people really like now is online communities. Xbox has got online. We just want to make We just want to make these games.
We're innovative. What happened? They want PS3 360 and then it was a Wii, and nobody knew what the fuck to do with it. Nobody knew what to do with that.
That
system.
Wii was sold the fuck out.
The Wii was fire though.
The Wii was sold out for like over a year.
Yeah,
I remember like they were going on sale for like $700-800.
The Wii was fire. Yeah, and then the game that it came with, Wii Sports.
Yeah,
kept you occupied.
It kept
Wii Sports for hours.
Just the default game, you playing baseball and like breaking your plasma TV.
Oh man, just playing tennis and just knocking somebody in the head because you're standing too close to them.
They told you at the beginning of every game, put a strap
on.
Strap it on.
Distance yourself away from each other. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire game.
Fire.
Game.
You're right.
Mario Kart for the Wii is probably my favorite Mario Kart.
Twilight Princess is probably my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah,
see?
Yeah. They just actually ported that to Switch recently, and it's still going for like $60.
And then they had a curveball like No More Heroes, a game that I would not expect to see on the Wii, but it was.
Yeah,
I would expect to see it like on a 360.
Which it's crazy because the lightsaber physics for that game were better than the actual Star Wars game that came out for the Wii. It was just like.
Wait, no. Beam katana.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Beam katana. One-sided.
Yes.
Man, but like if we're being real, they had some bangers. That Wii is one of the worst consoles of all time, for real.
People didn't know how to make games for it.
It was awkward. It was
very
awkward.
Made the Switch is like, I love the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like a necessary evil. That Wii U, I wasn't a fan of the Wii U.
Well, that was the prototype to the Switch.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I was like, it was weird because, and they do that a lot where Nintendo makes these like 0.5 editions of a like they never make the full Switch. They'll give you a mid-ground console, and it's just like. I kind of just wanted this and then the Switch. Like the Wii just felt like it was like somewhere in there.
The one thing I did see with the Wii U that they were like, all right, this isn't just like you said, a 0.5. It's like, no, we stepped it up. So it's like, all right, you want to play golf? We'll tee off of this screen right here.
Yeah.
Like throw like ninja stars at the screen from off of there. Like turn the TV off and then just play it on like the handheld that it came with. So it was like, all right, like that's pretty dope. I did want a Wii U for a while, but I got a PS4, so I was just chilling off of that for a second.
The same. I mean, like I wasn't able to get a Wii when it came out, so I got a 360, and I was like, all right, that's a great decision though, because then I had Halo 3 and like all the.
It was done.
Gang, all this shit.
It was done.
It was done. Staying in line for Modern Warfare 2 and 3.
It was done.
Crazy.
It was done. 360. That this is between PS2 and 360 as far as catalog.
I chose 360, but like I think if I was older, I would have liked the PlayStation 2 more. With their catalog of shit, they just had a wider variety.
I was later to it. I had a friend who had one, and that was just like the go-to. Or I'll just hang out with this nigga and play Grand Theft Auto before we could get Grand Theft Auto on Xbox.
Right,
like, the way we wanted to. Yeah.
I'm still sad I never had a PSP. Every once in a while, I come across one of these tweets that's like, "Yo, if you didn't have a PSP, you missed out on an era." Bro, that thing was the laptop before anybody had laptops.
We had a buddy who had a Vita, and that was pretty dope.
The Vita from what I understand, was good, but just no real games for it.
Yeah,
from what I understand, because it was like touch screen, like it was so many different features, but they didn't know how to make games. Spelunk, like they had God of War games on it. Like stuff was ported to it. It just didn't really hit.
Yeah.
That's what really sucks about like when something new comes out that's like totally different. A PlayStation on the go. Yeah. Finally.
Yeah. I think PlayStation stomped the fuck out of Xbox, though.
Absolutely.
I feel like that shit is not even close. I get so weirded out when people got Xboxes because, like, why? Who told you to do that?
They were just trying something. People were trying something different, and it, like, worked out. They got, like, a good following, but Sony is still Sony. Like,
yeah.
They've forever been around.
They had a height, and I just think that they... Like, I still think it's like that whole PR mess that they did when the one was coming out. And just like, I don't know if y'all really knew, like, y'all came in the game late and you came out swinging. So, like, niggas was noticing you. But then it was like, oh, that's the same combo? You got to switch it up because niggas have been here since the 80s.
But
we've been here since the 80s.
The startup of the PlayStation, the PS1.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yo,
Nightmare.
THX.
Nightmare fuel. Yeah, not because of the thing. It was just like you didn't realize how loud it was, and your mother told you to go to sleep an hour ago.
Dog.
the fucking diamond. Yeah.
Just man, PlayStation. Come on.
PlayStation. What was your favorite original PlayStation games?
It was this Iron Man game, Iron Man XOR, XXO Man. Some like platformer. It was like a simple superhero platformer. This joint my dad had called Wild 9. Another platformer, but it was like more puzzle solving. Like he had like this like, you know the shit from Ghostbusters where they like capture the ghosts? Yeah,
like the
it's like an electric
proton
whip,
pack,
something like that.
Pack. Yeah,
he had that, but like in his hand, and you would take in like slam enemies or like toss them. Like I think it was called Wild 9 or Wild something like that. And then there was this X-Men arcade game, X-Men Mutant Academy. That was like
Mutant Academy was dope.
That was
Mutant Academy was
I'm
dope.
like this is like it wasn't just a copy. It wasn't like the X-Men Age of Adam 3D like characters, and like the roster itself was small but like pretty solid, and like combos hitting, like Wolverine punching the shit out of Cyclops. Like that
Sony gave you that game and then ruined X-Men's movie franchise. Fucking destroyed one of the greatest comic book series of all time.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate everywhere.
It doesn't
translate everywhere.
Yeah. What was it like? So you originally from Michigan? What part?
I'm like from Canton, which is a suburb of Detroit. I'm in the same county as Detroit, so I get to watch the news and see all the scary stuff, but I get to not participate, which is cool.
What was so just outside of Detroit, what was like? Was there much nerd culture out there? Was it more of like everybody kept to themselves, or was there like a bigger community? Because one of the things that we figured out, especially coming up and spending more time in New York, is just like it's a lot of people out here in these nerd communities, anime communities, pop culture communities, and it kind of feels like an oasis. Whereas like the rest of the country, like you don't really know who you can like link up with or click with. What was that like for you growing up?
I feel like there was always nerd culture available. Like at the end of the day, nerds are just people who are passionate about stuff, and I just like being around people who are passionate about things, because then you can talk about some shit. So when I was a little kid, like my family didn't have a whole lot of money, so I don't know, when people like I just never got excited about things. I never had posters in my room.
Same.
I had like I didn't have a lot of video games. Like I played a lot like at friends' houses and stuff, but like I was on a fucking Dreamcast for like 3 years. Those are some dark days.
No.
Hey, hold on.
I had a fishing game. And that's it.
Hey. Yeah, Dreamcast though, right?
Yeah.
No, not so many people know what a Dreamcast is.
Exactly.
Don't push yourself down.
You're the few, the proud.
Yeah, the proud. That dragon.
Yeah, man. Look, no, the Dreamcast.
Panzer
Plasma Sword, Evolution,
I have
Panzer Dragoon.
None of them shits.
None of them.
I had a real fishing simulator.
There you go.
And I had this one game. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a weird, like Sleeping Dogs before Sleeping Dogs. You were just like. It was like GTA with karate, but it was on the Dreamcast.
That sounded like Shenmue.
I think it was probably that.
Might have been Shenmue, yeah.
It sounds like Shenmue.
Did you walk around and like
Tokyo?
did you go walk around Tokyo and like go to a 50 Cent gumball machine?
Yeah. That was my game.
Walk into an alley and it's like two schoolgirls arguing.
Yeah.
Try to say hello. They're like, "Shut up! Get out of here!"
all right, later.
Why did somebody add 8 hours to their day?
Man,
to add that in.
The Dreamcast was hard, but then nobody was expecting the PS2 to be what it was.
Yeah.
Because it came out immediately, just took away all
Yeah.
But I had the Dreamcast way after the PS2 came out. I had, like, my grandma gave it to me because she found it in the thrift shop in a box. And that's why, I don't know. Like, I definitely had, like, I would have, like, a console, but, like, I would never have money for games. So I would save up all my money. Like, I'd be, like, a birthday or, like, 2 birthdays to get the game. But then I would only have, like, 2 or 3. Like, I had an original Xbox when I was a little kid. But I only had, like, I had one Crash Bandicoot game. And, like, I think it was, like, Halo maybe 1 or 2. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that was all I had. And then that shit caught on fire. I remember when it caught on fire.
Whoa. How did your Xbox catch on? The Xbox or the game?
Look, the Xbox. I was looking at it. I'm still wondering the same question.
It just burst into flames?
It didn't burst into flames. It started just shooting smoke out.
God damn.
So I was like looking at it and I'm like, the fuck? And then my brother was like, it still works. And I'm like, turn it off. What are you doing? Left it on.
I've never heard of that before. Damn.
That's crazy.
Microsoft been faulty with their consoles.
They was, bro. That Ring of Death was bad.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I remember my...
Remember when the first one they gave you the Andre the Giant controller? And you had to automatically, if you bought an Xbox, you had to automatically buy another controller because the first one they gave you was like this fucking...
It was
gigantic. It was a dinner plate.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the controller S, and it was just like a normal person's hands.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the games that came with the original like Xbox?
Yep. Jet Set Radio Future and... and
like Fusion Frenzy or something?
It was the Sega GT racing game.
Yeah.
Dual set it.
I played Jet Set Radio recently.
It's good.
Recently, because they released it on Steam.
Yeah.
So I was playing through that. It's still great. Like it's still a great game. Like I respect it for what it was. I hope it gets remastered.
They're making a game that's pretty much the exact same.
Similar to it's like supposed to be like a spiritual successor. Mm-hmm. It's like from the same art designer, but it's like slightly different. I think it's more. It's not just like inline skating. I think it also has like skateboards or like parkour aspects to it. So like it looks dope, but
I kind of want it to be just skating.
Same. I kind of like it's like we already had the skateboard franchise, like a figure, like a inline skater. Just like that was a dope concept because you're like skating on like power poles and stuff, and then you also a tagger. So like the concept. Yeah,
it just didn't catch on. Like I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? It's like, so you're just gonna let me do what I want? All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn this game off.
No, there was a story. There was a story of that.
But I think like when I played it, it was literally somebody just handed me the controller, or like maybe it was like a demo. Like it just wasn't.
See, here's the thing about that game. Is like your first 30 minutes playing that game is terrible. It's a horrible tutorial. It's so annoying. It's like go forward, motherfucker. I know how to go forward.
Right.
I get it. It was just too. It was annoying as shit. I bet that turned a lot of people off.
Yeah, and then it's like probably a couple hours in is when it starts to pick. Like once you get to the second map, because there's like multiple maps and stuff. And you're like, okay, it's nighttime, and you like skating around a dragon. And it's like, all right, cool. Like now we're having fun.
Fucking sick ass game.
Now we're having fun. Fuck yeah.
All right. So similar, younger, but still like similar.
Yeah.
Timelines as far as like nerdom.
It's that gap.
Yeah.
The stuff. That
like I said, I didn't have a lot of money for shit, so I got your shit like.
The broke
4 years after you got it.
But no, I was right there with you. You getting those same. So like PS2 came out. Guess what we got that Christmas? The Dreamcast.
No, I think anybody who grew up in poverty just got to absorb so much more of like the generational. Like it's just like I'm seeing all this old shit when it was like I didn't grow up with this. I was like because. You was already on this. You already had a computer. So fuck out of here.
Exactly. Like all the PS4, most of the PS4 games now are like $15 starting.
Yeah.
Like even like the good ones, like a physical copy is like $15, $20. Mm-hmm. And then it's like you're just good to go for a few hours. And it's like, yeah, I can do this. I can't do $70, $80 for a brand new game for maybe a week.
Yeah.
I mean, something interesting to think about is games have been $60 since we were little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly like not bad considering how much everything else went up, like with inflation and shit. It's like 60 and then 70. It's like it's going to the 70 because the new Madden was like 70, right?
Yeah, 70.
So I'd say Madden is like the average for games because I've seen ones that are like 100 and I've seen ones
it's like
that
the
are
69
still 60.
or like you get like instead of it I've noticed what used to be a thing was you have to go to like GameStop or EB Games and then they would give you like a pre-order bonus. So like, all right, you pay your $5 extra towards the game, and then we give you extra skin pack. Now it's just like, well, how about for 70 you can get that already built into the game, or you can buy the standard edition,
or you could just wait like a year or two and just get the Game of the Year edition for like $20.
you go all the DLC,
Or you can just do that and then look like an idiot after you spent like $80 on Arkham Knight. Buying all that damn DLC.
There was no worse feeling than try to get your money back at GameStop for an old Madden. You're like, okay, it's 2021. Here's Madden 2020, and they're like, I'll give you 12 cents.
12 cents immediately. Yeah, any of those games, FIFA, 2K,
all the sports games, die the fuck off.
You got 6 months.
Die the
you
fuck
got
off.
6 months.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
that is it. Okay, all right, gamer. Anime watcher. What are you currently watching now?
I'm watching Assassination Classroom right now.
Okay.
I'm watching Future Diary right now.
All right, that's one we got recommended by
Future
our third.
It's sweet. It's sweet as fuck. That's I mean that's like all that I'm like currently watching right now.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. And we've run into this issue before because we do a podcast that revolves mainly around anime. We got people recommending us stuff. We also want to watch stuff, and then now it's like, why am I watching 8 different shows and I can't comprehend half the shit? Finding like 2 or 3, you're good. You're like you're solid. You can actually complete it. You know.
I was telling him earlier. It's like I'm gonna really actually try to just watch certain stuff. So I'm always watching One Piece, and randomly with that, I'll just let episodes build up over like a week or let me like a month. Just like let them stack on top of each other. Then one Sunday I just like watch like 5-6 episodes in a row.
I do the same thing with My Hero because this like the beginning of are you caught up in My Hero?
I haven't seen the latest episode.
You haven't seen the latest? Okay. So like this season, you're like, oh no, is it another fucking tournament arc? I gotta watch all these people I don't give a shit about. Fucking elbow tape guy. He's getting an episode.
Yeah.
Like fuck elbow tape guy, dude. Come on, just give Todoroki.
They make him work
season.
though. He's Spider-Man, but with caution tape.
That show, I'll take it because I'm like, all right, all the characters are interesting, and at any point you can just show them on a mission, and it's like, cool. That was a show. Fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really that invested in My Hero. I'm like, this is a cool show. This is fine. But
I like it.
But I like the fact that it does season breaks. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So that way, like, because I have a cousin who reads it, and so when they was doing the raid, I think last season, when they were fighting Shigaraki,
the disease guy, the allergic guy.
Yeah, the dude that can like break down.
Yeah, Overload.
Overload.
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
When they were
like surgical gloves and shit.
When they were fighting him, and he was even like. After that got done, he was like, "Then they already at Gentleman Thief."
Yeah,
he was like he didn't expect it to be catching up that fast. I was like, "Oh, so they just keeping right along with the manga." And so I was like, "Cool." So that one's like on track. Like I tried watching Black Clover. I was like, "This ain't doing it for me." Then like a bunch of sports anime.
I got like 3 episodes in.
I mean, it's 60, and it's like I'll check in every now and again. I'm just. Like,
did you watch Hajime no Ippo?
Of course.
That shit slaps, bro.
It's great. Watching Ippo made it hard for me to watch Megalobox.
Really? I like both. I like both, but Hajime no Ippo is like the classic, dude.
It's just like turn your waist, shift your weight, and then just they kill a nigga in the Like I'm talking about like dude was getting his ass beat. What was it? Who's his rival? That he's good with the counters. Ippo's rival.
I don't even remember. Dude.
Miyata. He was fighting this dude from Australia, and the dude was getting his counters by pointing his elbow out and like throwing off like his punch, and he was like just getting the shit worked. And then finally he just threw his back into it. Then they killed the motherfucker when he caught him because his counters were perfect, but the dude was just like pointing the elbow out and it would bend his arm. And then he would get like hit by the dude's left. Yeah. But like once he put like the back into it, he just straightened it out, and then the dude was just down on the mat, mouthpiece out, just blood, splat, bad, just bad. Megalobox though was like, this is a story. It's not about boxing. Like, that's what I want.
It's a redemption story. Yeah.
Hajime no Ippo has some of my favorite fight scenes in all of anime, and they're not for everybody. It's not like a shonen fight scene. But the amount of force like that they put into one of those punches, like when you see that on screen, especially for how old it is, the weight of every single hit hits so fucking hard. You like watch this show and you're like, yo, whoever the fuck made this gives a lot of a shit about boxing.
Matches will last like 4 to 5 episodes, depending on how important it was.
Okay, yeah.
Like
so like dude, like actual rounds.
Dude
like
getting knocked out on his feet, and like he'll just be like just staggering, eyes blank, and like his second be hitting the mat. Like wake up, like he's been like.
Yeah, you get into the zone. Yeah. Like what's the something? Boku no basketball? Is that what?
Yeah.
It's like you get into the zone.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people took a lot of shit from that show, where you get into the zone and you just lose your shit. I don't know, man.
It's still going now, right? Is that what?
The manga is still currently going. Yeah. It's still current, but the anime it might come back because they just put it on Crunchyroll, so they might be testing it to see what it is. Because like I started reading where the anime left off, and like it's still interesting. Like he's still being challenged by like he's a young champion, but you forget it's like yo, it's grown men boxing now with like regular jobs.
Yeah,
and they've been boxing like forever, so they want to like teach you something. They're going to humble you. Like I think there was a chapter. Like way ahead, it's called like the second loss, and I was just like, "Damn, that's depressing." Like, it's literally following a kid as a journey who wants to be a boxer and like having to deal with all of that shit. So, I love it. I love that show.
It's a great show. I feel like did Baki come out before? Did Baki start before Hajime no Ippo?
Nah, I think Baki was like the 90s, but the anime, the first Baki anime was like 2000, 2001. That shit was on YouTube like years ago. That's how I first got introduced to it, and then forgot about it. Then Netflix picked up like the latest series, and I've been hooked ever since.
You've been hooked? I watched every single episode. This shit made me so fucking mad.
Dog.
The way that they tell these stories, they're like, okay, here's like 20 minutes of backstory, and then he's gonna get his ass beat in half a second. Like Muhammad Ali Jr. Oh, no spoilers on this show.
It's fine because it's been out, and like Baki's like niche like JoJo a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
I know a lot of people who seem like I'm always around people who seem to like it. I watched like the first season and a half, and I'm with it, but it's just like. Yeah, I don't know. It's something's just not.
It's just men being men.
I think the manga is better. I'm not caught up with it. I remember I read a bunch of it like a long time ago, and I like remember reading the manga and thinking like, oh, this is like Hajime no Ippo because it like shows all these little intricate fight things where it's like it doesn't matter who's on the screen. You see all their techniques. It kind of explains the technique, and they're like, you're like, oh, this is like a serious love of like martial arts. This is really cool. But in the show. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they be doing some annoying ass shit.
Like what?
Here's one thing. With, like, Muhammad Ali Jr., he had to go, like, right before his fight with Baki, they were like, this guy needs to learn how to fight through injuries.
Yeah.
I'm going to go break his shit the day before his match.
Yep.
And they said, okay, I'm going to make you punch me in the forehead. All your knuckles is in your wrist now. All your shit is fucked up. I'm breaking your fucking everything. And he's so fucked up. And then he goes into the match and you're like, okay, well, let's see how he does. Gets kicked in the dick, like right off the bat. And then gets choked out. And you're like, why'd you even show me all this shit?
And then to even make it even like a worse defeat, show this nigga crying because they broke him. He went to Japan thinking he was tough because he fought with these niggas in that great tournament and held his own. And then it was just like, nah, you in our house. Like, we don't do this rounds and like, nah, like, I'm going to see you in the street. We're going to fight again. So we're fighting because the guy that broke his hand, he fucked him up first in the alleyway. And then he came back. He's like, I don't want no problems. He was just like, I ain't asked that.
But didn't he have no hand?
He just, he did.
He did? He had a hand when he was, I was trying to remember when he lost his hand.
He lost his hand in the first season of the Netflix show.
Yeah.
He lost his hand because this nigga put a razor wire around it and then sliced his shit off. Then he was walking around with a cast on his arm for like 5 or 6 episodes. And then he breaks that cast over the guy's head who had originally took his hand off.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how did he get it back? Well, apparently that night he just took his hand to some like back alley doctor and he just
sutured his shit up.
He just reattached everything, tendons, nerve endings, everything, and his hand was just back to normal. I love that show, man. It's cool at any moment. And then the
some Saw shit. All right,
yeah, like the last season with Muhammad Ali, like I just like how they acknowledge like the like great Muhammad Ali Jr. I mean, well, just Muhammad Ali and being like, all right, well, we can't use his likeness, so let's just make a character as his son and be like, well, he perfected his father's like own martial arts, which they didn't even consider it, but it was like it kind of is. But then showing that respect thing, which Japan is just huge on, because once he got back from that tournament, he went to Japan, and who was the first person he was talking to? Baki's girlfriend. You can't talk to the champion's girlfriend. The Street Fighter champion's girl. Well, like it was like beating niggas to death. Yeah. You can't just go talk to his girlfriend. Like, nah. And then he just got his shit kicked in. And he kept talking to her. Like he kept showing up with more and more bandages and like casts and shit. And then more and more she became like less interested in him. And like when they finally broke him after he got choked out, she was just looking at him too, being like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you lost. You lost.
All right.
Remember that episode when wait, all right, no, this is a funnier thing to say.
Okay.
Did you see Muhammad Ali Jr. like has a Twitter, like a real guy, but he's not an athlete whatsoever?
Really?
And people harass this man.
Wow.
Like he'll tweet some shit and then everybody be like, that's why you got mopped in Baki.
Damn.
Just a regular guy.
Because he was like they made him like look nice at the end of like the second season, I think, before the Right Tide tournament. Was just like, oh, he doesn't kick. It was like, nah, he does. He kicks the ground with like the rhythm and like just like free flow like boxing, like Brian Hawk from Ippo.
Yeah.
Or God damn it, Steve Fox.
Okay.
From Tekken. Kind of like that free flow and like box. You don't know where the hit's gonna come from, but like it's gonna shake your head. Like it's gonna like hurt you a lot. But nah, I fuck with it, because when that season ended, I see who was like, yo, they did him dirty. I was like, nah, he got exactly what he deserved. Like you don't do that. Like that's super disrespectful.
Yeah.
Super. And then his dad was there, and his dad put the gloves on to show him a lesson again.
Yeah, his dad like came out of this cricket.
So it's just a show about humility, basically.
Pretty much.
Sometimes I don't know, because Baki's dad likes to watch him fuck for some reason. It was some weird shit.
This is my child that I raised to challenge me. I'm the strongest creature on the planet. Who could beat me?
Does he ever even like fight him though?
I think in his next season he does. In the older anime he did, and he got washed.
Exactly. He never fucking wins. And I don't know, like, isn't the manga still coming out?
I think so.
Because I read it like some chapters a little while ago when they put like Conor McGregor in it. He gets his ass beat by a sumo wrestler.
They thaw out a whole caveman.
Yeah.
His name is what they call him. It was like a cute name they gave him for like this 8 foot tall, like masculine man. As soon as they thawed him out, they was like, I'm fighting this nigga like I want to fight him. I think in the newest season, Baki's supposed to be fighting like a giant praying mantis.
I saw the poster for that.
It's like, give it him. What did Andre say? He was just like, nigga broke into jail, stole not a gun, bullets, and then pull him out of his pocket, threw him in the dude's mouth, and then punched him, and then the bullets went off. I'm like, I need to see this show.
Yeah,
I need to see it. I need to see it. Baki's dope. Baki is. It's like, if you don't like JoJo, you might like Baki.
But the thing about Baki is just like, it's like a shonen, but there's no way it's gonna ever end. Like, it just never will end. His dad is too fucking strong, and Baki is just not made to ever do shit about it. Like, the only thing I can see happening in Baki is like his dad just gets super old and then can't do shit. But then old people in the show still fuck people up.
Yeah, they do. They do. So, yeah. When that season started, it was like what 6 death row inmates.
Mm-hmm.
All had the same thought in their head.
I like the dude who could
I want to taste defeat. I want to experience defeat.
Super vibrated the glass or whatever. I was like, all right, cool.
That shit was
oh yeah, we put that palm up, made that suction.
Yeah,
that shit was wild.
And then just blew a kiss in the dude's ear, and his intestines came out. I'm like, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Like, y'all just doing shit to do shit now. Okay, cool.
Got to, man.
Yeah.
Got to. Anything you're looking forward to as far as coming out? Because there's a lot of stuff coming out being redone. The Shaman King anime.
Have you started watching it on Netflix?
I haven't started watching it, but I'm excited to sit down and actually do it. Like, because I'm in New York and I'm visiting, I haven't really been sitting down and like watching anime like that. But when I get home, I'm about to tear that shit up. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah.
Watch the first episode. Pretty is spot on.
Yeah.
Same shit. They just
This that
redid
nice
it and made it
update,
beautiful.
gloss.
That's
Put
it.
that nice.
starts off the same way it did
Mm-hmm.
years ago.
I like Fire Force a lot.
Fire Force is
I'm
hard.
really into Fire Force.
Yeah, that's my like of this new big generation, the big 8, whatever. It's just
There's
there's
no big 3.
the generational big 3, whatever.
Shonen, yeah.
That one's probably my favorite because it like melds a couple animes that I've always
But
like.
they don't even
enjoyed.
count it in like in the big 3 conversation.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's like because it's friggin' Full Metal and
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater kind of. It's like Full Metal and Soul Eater kind of melded together. It's dope. Yeah,
You watch Shield Hero?
Rise of Shiro. I
Yeah,
watched
that
like up
shit
to like
is solid.
episode
Good.
7, 6 or
Good
7.
as fuck.
Yeah,
It's one of the only
yeah.
isekais I actually like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. I watched.
That's one I gotta put back on the list. I was like I think I stopped at like episode 6 or 7.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
That shit was
And it
amazing.
started getting a little
Season 2
waifu, and
coming
I was
out.
like, all right,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
It's like it's just a guy. He's like, oh, I'm in a video game, and if I want to go home, I just got to do this.
Yeah.
And he becomes like, not like an anti-hero, but just that everybody just keeps fucking with him.
Yeah,
That
because
he's
they
just
don't like, and he's like, you know what? Well, fine, I'll be like a faux villain, even though the real villains are
fine.
like, yeah,
This
yeah.
is all fake anyway. Like whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
And then there was another show that I was watching. I always fuck up the name. I don't know how to say the name correctly, so I'm just going to describe the show, and maybe you will say it correctly.
Okay.
So the show is basically it's basically like Attack on Titan, except they're kind of like zombies, and you have to like pierce these zombies. They have this like iron heart, and you have to pierce it to kill them. And there's this guy, he makes like this gun to like, it shoots like a little rail into these zombies. And then the first episode, like he finally gets it to work, and he killed, like there's a train and they're shooting him off. I can't remember. It's like Kabari or some shit like that. It's an amazing show. Amazing show, and I can't get the name right. But I can like.
Is it on? What did you see it on?
On Crunchyroll.
On Crunchyroll? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing with Crunchy, because of that simulcast and like all that stuff that they get. Like, we're looking at it all the time, and I'm just like, what is this? What is it? I got so many people who like recommended me Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Amazing.
Like, it's like a 6'6" Jamaican nigga I work with, and that dude is just like, yeah, you need to watch this show, bro. And I'm just like, it looks goofy, but he's like, you need to watch this show. I'm
No,
like,
it's
all
really
right.
fucking
It's
good.
like, all right, I'm watching it.
Yeah,
So it's like you never really know. Kabar, all right, we're gonna see.
Yeah, they
we'll see
add
what the
stuff,
was.
especially Funimation. They add
Kabane,
stuff
I think
all the
it
day,
might
all
be.
the
Yeah.
time. And then there's so many streaming platforms now for anime.
There
Yeah.
is so
Shout
many.
out, Retro Crush. That's what I was like. It's not anime.
Retro
something.
Crush, yeah, shout out
Retro
Retro
Crush.
Crush.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like a Pluto. It's free. You could pay for the subscription. If not, it's ads. But they got like GTO, Ronin Warriors,
Yeah. Appleseed.
Flame Sekirei.
Mhm.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Like mad classic
Older
stuff.
mechas. Yeah.
All that. And then like Funimation's adding stuff that I've only seen from like Japanese Shonen Jump that they just not put over here like
Shit.
at all. So yeah, it's a lot to go through now, which is why like even though people recommend stuff to us all the time here, it's just like let me maneuver this and
Yeah, I mean,
start picking some
it's
stuff.
hard because some shit is just not for everybody. Like one thing about me, I actually like hate when anime gets too pervy. I don't like when it
Anime
gets
titties?
fan
Yeah,
service.
just anime titties?
I grew out
Yeah.
of it. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
stopped watching Fairy Tail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like Fairy Tail, bro.
Fairy Tail, and-
That if I watched that Jiggle Butt Gang episode, I wanted to punch my TV.
I made it to
You don't watch Kijo? You
No.
don't watch Kijo? It's ass wrestling. It's
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it's like ass wrestling meets water polo.
I've
It's
seen, you
like-
gotta like knock them off of the fucking platform.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and the main girl, her specialty is she can use her titties, and that's what
that's what makes her the main character.
she can dual wield. Yeah,
Oh,
She
they never seen that before.
they never seen it.
Never seen it before. I feel you on that because One Piece after the time skip when they just made Nami's and Robin's titties just like ridiculously large.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like some shots it'll just be like bigger than it were like 5 seconds ago. I'm just like, all right, dog, I'm not.
I stopped
What are we
watching
doing?
Seven Deadly Sins because I kind of got tired of like how pervy it was all the time.
I never watched it.
Oh,
but
our
everybody
main
keeps telling
character
me.
is Mineta. That's what's happening right
Yeah.
now. No way.
Like Fire Force, I liked how they did it with that one character, but it's not every single episode.
It's not
Yeah.
all the
It's
fucking
not,
time.
and when it happens,
And it's become
quick
less and less
it's
frequent.
done, and
It was like the first couple, you're like, all right, I guess that's her trope. But then like in season 2, like it's just not. It's about
she just
the
falls
Yeah,
out of
it's
her
a-
clothes.
it's about the trauma.
She's lecherous.
Yeah,
right?
she's
That's
lecherous.
just-
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
her fucking thing.
Yeah, she trips and then this nigga's hands is in her ass cheeks. Like, all right, cool, that's fine.
I don't mind hers because everyone's so fucking annoyed
Yeah.
by the fact that she keeps doing it. So it's like it's kind of self-aware. Like everyone's like,
Yeah, it's like,
this
"Get
is
it
an annoying
together."
trope in anime
Yeah,
that needs to stop.
Arthur's like, how'd you lose your cloak? Like he's just always like,
It was almost like the writer was like, "All right, look, man, you're writing this for teenagers. You
Yeah,
gotta put
you
titties.
gotta put
You
titties
gotta
in
put titties in it." He just, I don't want to though. It's like, well, come up with something. Do something. I don't care what you do. We just gotta have titties in it. That's
We
it.
need
You-
some-
what do you think?
8
happened?
episodes. 8 episodes titty claws. All right.
When people are like drawing, like practicing drawing anime, do you think there's like a really like critical moment in their artistic career when they finally like draw a titty that make them a little bit hard, like when they
Yeah.
can finally
Oh, yeah,
get that
yeah.
good titty,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Did I just?"
Especially when they do it with the shirt over it, and they get like the right impression of like the titty to like nipple ratio.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or if the outfit has it where like you get the side boob, yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. That's all. That's what you live
it's
for.
like, I didn't know I had that in me.
That shit.
I know. I
It's gotta be a great fucking
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
I don't need these bitches at all. I can make my own bitches. This is amazing.
Who got a pillow?
I'm about to print this bitch on a pillowcase and divorce my wife.
Got a
Fuck
mouse
these
pad. I
kids.
need a mouse pad.
All right. Here's my last question. What were you more a fan of the big three? Not talking about Dragon Ball Z. I'm talking about Naruto, One Piece, Bleach.
Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. Bleach was actually one of the first animes that I ever watched.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, actually, I didn't get into Naruto as much until like much after the shit came out. I remember watching Bleach on Adult Swim by accident, like for the first time, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? This shit is amazing." And then of course I like loved One Piece because they had it out on like the kids networks. Like for second grade, I was Luffy. I love One Piece, and I never came back to it, which is a crazy thing. Like I was waiting until I graduated from college to like start watching it, and I'm like, I'm going to, but I think I might just have to read it because it's too hard to get through the TV
When
show.
I caught up, because it was the 4Kids dub, it was on Foxbox. It just went away for like a few years, popped back up on Toonami. New voice cast because Funimation picked it up, and then that's when I found out about subbed and dubbed. And by that time, I was like rewatching, trying to like refresh my memory of like what I watched when I was a kid. It's like where it got left off at. They were on Thriller Bark with the zombies and stuff. So
Okay.
like I would go to like these streaming sites and just see like a thumbnail of the latest episode and not know what the fuck they doing.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like while I'm in like Skypiea, they fighting a giant zombie monster or whatever. So I got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky when I decided like, yeah, I'm gonna just start watching this. I did not expect it to just still keep going like 10 years later. So
But I also like, I don't know, I love Naruto, but I feel like I like Shippuden a lot more. Even though there was so much filler and the shit was like mad annoying when it was coming out. Like Naruto Shippuden, like I don't think I've ever gotten into the lore of an anime like I did getting into Naruto Shippuden.
I think that's why I didn't separate the two. Now that I'm talking to more people in the community about like the differences between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I literally, because I was reading it so much, like, because I was one of those people where it's like I would read it, and then I would go back to watch it. I just considered it all kind of the same thing, and then I was like, oh yeah, I guess they're just focusing more on him now. But like I liked Naruto for one reason, and then I was like Shippuden or whatever the next thing. I just liked it for a whole nother reason. I was like, oh cool, so we're being more story driven now. Like that's cool, because at the time like that's kind of what I wanted to watch anyway. Like I was finishing up Bleach. At least the anime was ending, so I was like, all right, well, I'll keep doing this. Kind of the thing with, it was like a hybrid between both of y'all for One Piece, where it was like, I actually did enjoy it as a kid, but then once I couldn't find it anymore, I was like, well, I got other shit to watch. And then by the time so much time had gone past, I was just like, I guess the ship literally and figuratively has sailed. I guess it's just sailed.
Like,
keep it moving.
When Bleach was in rotation, like when that Bleach was the best. Like
Bleach was because it was nothing like Naruto or One Piece.
The story was way better.
It was nothing.
The stories were way better. It was like emotionally gripping.
Mm-hmm.
It was every episode of that show is like it's amazing.
Poetic sword fighting, man.
Exactly.
It did the flashbacks like Naruto, but it wasn't like too frequent and it wasn't too preachy. It was just like, no, we're just telling you about how like Zaraki was a street person and like the only person who wanted to help him was his little girl. Like it's like that's the story. Or like how the bald nigga was like, my whole goal is to kill this guy. Like that's the whole reason why I want to kill him. And it's like, cool. That's a cool backstory. It's not like, this is what happened to me 3 episodes ago, but we're watching it now to cover half the episode because we got budget constraints. Like, fuck you doing, Naruto? Stop doing this to me.
They took the other route. It was like, all right, we gotta let the manga like get ahead.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish that those shows would like. I wish they existed like now. Like, what if Bleach just now came out? Could you imagine if you had Demon Slayer? They're bringing it back. I know.
Yeah,
Can you imagine you had Demon Slayer animation, but with Bleach? Like the fight scenes were already fucking fire.
Yeah. We about to get it.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm all because the guy that created it, he made Burn the Witch.
I never watched that one.
Yeah.
And like the animation from that just looks really good. I haven't seen it either, but I've seen like previews of it.
But
it's like,
them studios is heavy on the animation because like I'm a huge Attack on Titan fan. I refuse to read the manga because I loved watching the show so much.
That's how I am with One Piece.
Yeah,
it's too good. Like because now I'll compare the two. I'll watch the episode and then go find a chapter. I'm like, yeah, I didn't see that. Like you've
done that with me where it really is. It's like how you. Because especially with manga, it's like you definitely, it's your brain kind of doing the animation for it.
It's just like this to this to this, and like comparing certain like. So there was a moment in anime recently. They would get into this island, but it was a fortress like blocking it with a bunch of cannons. The people they're talking about how they want to get past this, and it's like, wait, where's Luffy in them? In the manga, they just show quick shots of these niggas just getting punched out, and then the Strides are just standing there. The anime, they showed the entire sequence of them just laying waste to this fort, pretty much. Like Luffy doing like a fucking volcano punch and a big ass fucking explosion happening. I'm like, that didn't happen in the like.
Yeah,
I'm not getting the same thing. So when people being like it's better than the anime, I was like, I don't think it is. You need to see this shit.
There is subtle little shit like with Naruto. Like there was some crazy episodes that are not canon. I think wasn't like. Well, didn't Sasuke like try to do Akira? Like, was that not in the manga? Or am I tripping?
Where he tried to do what?
Was Kieran not canon? Kieran, like he tried to, like original. You know the big lightning dragon that he comes out. I could be tripping.
Oh, the one where he fights
the
Thunderclap. Where he fights when you talking about when he fights Itachi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was canon or not, in the manga.
Seriously?
I don't think it was actually like in the manga.
What?
Yeah, there's some crazy shit that is in just the anime sometimes.
There's the fight, the pain fight, where Naruto fights Pain. That a lot of that was just like interpretation that the anime did, opposed to the manga. Yeah.
Dog, when he started wilding and went to a whole different style.
Yeah, whole different art style. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's storyboard and like also the anime is the finished product of how they envision
sometimes.
This is true. Yes, but yes, a lot of times. Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was I'm sure I do have an example, but I can't think of it right now. Where like the manga was just like, whoa, this is way better than what they just showed me, and I'm trying to think like, probably really wasn't much in Big 3 era because Big 3 was just like, oh, you want to see the anime.
I think that the fight scenes are always just better to watch. I did like old school Dragon Ball. Like I just respected what it was because I remember like when I was a little kid and I was going through the pages that like it just goes back to like the weight. Like you turn the page and you're like, you kind of felt it. Like it's just a picture of somebody punching or somebody dodging some shit, but the way your eyes follow the page.
Yeah,
there was like a serious art to that shit. But I don't know. I think you're right though. A lot of they're different arts for sure. And so sometimes ones are better than other. Like Demon Slayer's manga is story-wise, love it.
Yeah.
What we're looking at is kind of trash. It's kind of butt. It's kind of not good. But the fight scenes and shit that they brought out like in the actual show is absolutely amazing. Have you read Demon Slayer?
I haven't read it. Just watch it.
If you read Demon Slayer, there are points where you will get upset because there is like a lack of effort in just like the quality of what you're looking at.
Well, I mean, the first demon he fought that will like beat a drum and then the room would change or like rotate.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard to get that from just a few pages of manga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to really get like what was happening to him, or even like when he fought the Arrow Demon and with the Tamari Demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like you can't just put that on the page.
Even though like the broad like strokes they would make with the swords and like having shit fly off the swords, it's like so much that it's kind of messy. I really don't know how to describe the like.
So it's almost like too flashy for what
it's not too flashy. It's like not like done right. Like it's just doesn't look. It doesn't read as well. But then like something like I'm not caught up in Attack on Titan's manga because I want to watch the actual anime when it comes out. But that is a beautiful ass manga.
That's why people like it so much.
That is a fucking gorgeous panels.
That's what drew me into the anime the first season. It was just like, this is like a really good, like well produced show. Visually, it was just good.
Yeah, I think my one that I think for some reason is perfect both in manga and anime, I think is Death Note. Because like the way because of how intense like the dialogue is already for the show, reading it and like it's like you don't even care about the panels because you're just reading what they're saying, and then there's a quick cut of some eyes and you're like, all right, I'm like, you're imagining it. And then when they animated it, they did exactly what they should have done on the other side. Like it's like all the intense, because they actually added the music and the intense moments and like just like weird little light flares and like strokes and stuff when he's like writing on the pen. Like, yeah, like that was like a 1-for-1 on both sides. But sometimes it is like whichever one you like more. Like, maybe I should read One Piece. Maybe I should, like, you already put me onto the Shonen Jump.
Watch the movies. Just watch the movies.
I already told him.
I've already watched both the movies.
We've gone through this.
No, it's one of those things where it's like I have tried on like 4 separate occasions to get into the show. Not even like I can't say anything wrong about how its longevity is inspiring. I give it nothing but the props that it deserves. I just don't want to watch this fucking show.
The thing, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is why I want to get back into it, because I loved it when I was a little kid. I definitely fell away from it, but I'm like planning on returning. What is happening right now with One Piece is one of the most exciting things in all of media.
Tell them about it.
The entire world has no idea what the fuck Oda is talking about. Nobody knows what the One Piece is. Nope. People have theorized in it. They have no fucking idea. Nope. The creator is like sickly, so we're like banking on like this motherfucker being okay.
He has it. It's already finished. It's already finished.
He has the outline.
It has to be. You did this much. You've alluded and foreshadowed all of these things, all these like key players and figures, and like this story is just unfolding the way it has. The ending is done. I promise you, it's done. He's been writing this shit since what, 95? It's done,
and it's like weekly episodes.
Yeah,
and shit. Like I really do understand that if you are not caught up in what's happening with One Piece, you are missing out on like it's like a generational thing, man. It's like if you were watching Naruto and you watch it like retrospective, it's not going to be the same as when you don't know what people are. Dragon Ball Z is a way better example. Dragon Ball Z, if you try to go back and watch Dragon Ball Z right now, it's kind of trash. Like I stand by that. It's hard to watch. But like when you first were watching it and you seen a motherfucker go Super Saiyan and you ain't even know what the fuck that was, you were going crazy, losing your mind. Yeah. So like with One Piece, the stuff that they were like bringing out, like Luffy hasn't even awakened his devil fruit yet. Right?
That's a whole thing right there.
That's a whole thing. So there's still all of these things that people are looking forward to that are going to hit so fucking hard and be like just like huge milestones in like anime thing. But it's not going to be the same when you know. When you learn what the One Piece is, when Oda finally tells us that it's friendship all along, you're going to be pissed. You're not going to want to watch the show.
At this point, I'm not even going to be mad.
Nah,
I think somebody there was like I think it was a girl King Crystal, just like asked on Twitter like, what if it doesn't finish, or if the One Piece is not what you think it is or want it to be? It's like I'd be content at this point. I couldn't ask for more.
I can't stay. I'm not even caught up, but I can't stay away from the clips, dude. I can't stay away from the clips, dude.
Where are you at right now?
Where am I? I'm not even. I just watched so many fucking clips and YouTube videos.
No, but like what arc, what island,
what
like
arc,
season?
None of it. I'm on none of it.
So you talking about you want
when I was a kid? You
haven't watched it since you were a kid.
Since I was a kid, and like when I was a kid, I don't think I got to even Skypiea. Like I really don't.
That's
know.
when it stopped. It stopped right there at Alabasta. It didn't make the 4 kids didn't make it to Skypiea.
Well, then that's probably where I was at. And like I don't know, I watch a lot of like YouTube videos, and I can't help
skip Skypiea apparently too. People that caught up with the manga, talking to a guy, he was like, yeah, I didn't see Skypiea.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck you mean you didn't see Skypiea?
I watched the movie. I was like, this is fine.
Skypiea is cool. When One Piece really gets started.
Yeah.
It just didn't make. You don't see it coming.
What like 9 or 10 episodes into Wano, and then I was just like, all right, yeah,
it's too much.
I can't do
it's
this.
Too much. You gotta explain too much. When our third producer, he came up here and we were watching like a current episode. He asked the question. I'm like, do you sure you want me to explain this? He was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to pause it and just explain to you like everything with these abilities and like why Luffy's hand is caught on fire. And like I don't even know why, but I'm telling you this is why it caught on fire. And that's it. You just gotta take it and go with it,
dude. But like I seen this clip of like Roger and and Whitebeard, like them that clash. That I was like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. I remember when I was a little kid, this is the shit that I wanted. I need to get with it, so I'm gonna get caught up. I'm gonna get caught up. I'm like excited about it. It's weird that like I know a lot of the things that have happened just because I can't stay away from clips and theories about shit, even though I'm not actually like watching the show, which is nuts.
Yeah, I would say just watch it. Because I stay away from the clips because they spoil. They
spoil a lot of shit.
They spoil too. Even like TikTok now, I got to avidly block anything One Piece related. Because somebody was just like, somebody just ruined Kaido's Devil Fruit.
Really?
To me. Like what it is. And I was just like, son of a bitch.
Exactly. See, that goes back to the thing. When you don't know, there's so much coolness in not knowing. And there's so much of that exists in anime, which is world building and like finding shit out. Like that's another thing with Naruto. Naruto's world went basically like from their village to the whole ninja world. Yeah. And shit got crazy.
Yeah, you found out about these village, like he's like, I didn't even know there's black people in this whole universe. That's
didn't
cool.
Even know.
They keep them all over there.
Yeah,
they keep them in the mountains.
They get lightning. I'm so tired of black people being
with
lightning.
I'll take it with them because they was nice. They had the five tools of the Sage of Six Paths.
Yeah,
they had 2 Jinchuriki, and nobody wanted beef with the village hidden in the cloud.
Nobody wanted beef. It was stockpiling the whole time.
Crazy as fuck. And who was the predecessor to A? The old motherfucker.
What you mean?
The one that they brought, the old Raikage that they brought.
You just like have a finger.
With the finger.
And you just like jabbing motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit was wild. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of beauty in not knowing what's going to happen next. And, like, I don't know if spoilers necessarily ruin stuff, but with anime specifically, like, that shit is exciting. And there's a lot of build up to it. So
One Piece is hard for that to get spoiled for me now. Because it's mainly the manga people. They'll get hyped over something. But then I'm watching it, and then I see a whole fight that nobody said nothing about. A whole moment nobody said nothing about.
It's because the fights in the manga they don't go as hard.
Thank you for saying that, sir. You heard that wasn't me. I didn't say that. Our guest said that. Snake Man Luffy animated.
But you've been thinking it.
It's the hardest. I've been vouching, and then niggas still talking about like, nah, it wasn't as good. I'm like, you crazy. I was tight as hell on my couch for at least 2 months. Watching Luffy fight Katakuri. I'm like, where is this leading to? Mm-hmm. What is happening right now?
Yeah.
He's getting the shit beat out of him. And, like, they still haven't saved, like, Sanji. Like, they still haven't saved him. Like, what is this leading to? Like, Luffy's just taking punches now, trying to figure out how to sense a punch coming in. We're back to his training. Next thing you know, this nigga just floats in there and says, Snake Man. I'm like, what is this? And he just starts stretching all over the place. I was like, this was trash. And I just watched it again. And then I just watched it again. And I was like, this older nigga is a genius. This is crazy. Playing the game of Snake on your Nokia phone in the anime. I'm sold. I don't care if it's about friendship. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Shit is amazing, and
I'm locked in, man.
I don't know what it is about. I just love the dedication. Like that shit does not exist here. I mean, like, there's nobody who will dedicate their life to telling an amazing story.
Nope.
But in Japan, like they're doing that shit. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Japan, I think they actually get the shot. If it works well enough, they'll be given the chance to do it. Over here, it's like they'll kill it before you.
There's too many. Yeah, it's like, oh, you either make one wrong turn or the demographic doesn't seem like it's gonna go. You know, there's too much. Yeah, it's just too much like business in this media,
and it doesn't. They don't constrict it to just one genre. Like in America, in Japan, like. Why is One Piece still going? Also, Case Closed. That was like the first. That was the first anime I saw like reach over 600.
Case Closed
episodes.
is still going.
It is in the hundreds.
It's in the hundreds.
It has it.
I mean, I remember Case
just
Closed.
as much.
I used to watch that with it would be like Lupin, and then Case Closed would come on.
I get Case Closed mixed up with like, wasn't it like, was his name Conan, the little detective? Who was the detective?
Detective Conan.
Detective Conan.
Detective Conan. I don't remember. There was like a couple. There was a couple other ones.
Show.
What do you mean, Detective Conan?
I think his name's. I could be getting the name wrong, but there was like this show, a little detective guy, he had big glasses. It was all old school.
That sounds familiar. Detective
old school.
Yeah,
because I thought you were talking about Flint the Time Detective for a second.
No.
That's a deep cut. That's like ABC Family shit right there.
That's hilarious.
That's ABC Family shit right there. It came on with Metabots and Beyblade.
If you could revamp any really old anime right now, what would you do? Because there's some animes that I like that are old. Like I'm watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. I like that's old. Yeah. I like the vibe. I like.
Oh, Detective Conan. Sorry, my bad. Detective Conan is Case Closed. It's just another. It's like, I guess that's his like real name.
Oh, then it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I didn't watch it.
An older anime I want to see revamped. I immediately thought
Evangelion.
I immediately thought of Yu Yu, but
Yu Yu Hakusho.
But the animation is still like good.
Yeah.
For what it was, frame by frame, like shots, like throwing punches and stuff, still good. And then it just progressively got better. Like the further along, by like season 3, Chapter Black Saga, the animation is fire. Like that whole chase scene he's doing when he's like running down a pickup truck and then he hops on a bike and like they're going downhill, or like when what's the psychic name? It's like Sniper, and they get like sends a truck at him and Yusuke's running like bare shirt down like the side of a mountain try to outrun like a pickup truck. Shit was dope, and that shit came out in like the late 90s.
When did Inuyasha first come out?
That had to been like early 2000s.
It was early 2000s. I thought it was 90s.
Probably like late 90s, like early 2000s. Yeah. Because that has like the same aesthetic as like the Full Metal series that came out in 03.
Yeah. It did have. Yeah, it was like an in between. It was like a gap bridger. Yeah.
What about you? What's the super old one you bringing back?
That I'd want to bring back? Ooh.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking.
Yeah, like. Because the thing is, they're already bringing back all the old stuff that I liked.
Yeah, see, Shaman King, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know why y'all bring that back, but thank you.
Shaman King was fun. I was talking with my boy about that, like, 2 years ago, because I went to the library and they were kind of getting rid of some of their old stuff, and I remember they had the same Shaman King books I would read from the library, because I used to go to the library and they would have like a big anime section. That's how I got into like anime. It was just that
they had like chapter 1 and then like 6 and then 4, but you had to like piece it together. But it was like, yes, like this is exactly what.
And they were throwing them out, and I was like, this was a huge part of my childhood, and I totally forgot that it was. Shit is amazing.
What's the one that I would? Maybe Ultimate, or maybe Ultimate Muscle.
Yeah, that one's been on my mind for a minute actually. Because I used to see maybe like the last couple of years, someone would do like just on the internet would have these panels of like WWE fights, but like all the characters were anime, and it was like the banner was like why hasn't, or they should make a WWE anime, and I was like, well, that was Ultimate Muscle, like bring that back, that'd be perfect. Trying to see something even in that era of like
Rurouni
Kenshin,
maybe
that would be cool. I mean, with what they've done with stuff like Demon Slayer and like all these other ones, like a true samurai show would actually be like, but like, because that was the thing I did also like about Rurouni, was that it was like it was more realistic than it was like, it had some like obviously it was like kind of out there with the fight scenes, like they always did that, but like was just a real feudal Japan thing. It was like the army was trying to take over. They're trying to hunt down all these legendary samurais. Mm-hmm. This dude is like turned his life around. He doesn't want to use his sword. It's like still very real. Like they could revamp that. I'd be down for that. I don't know.
I just had another one. I forgot it, but it's too many of them. Too many of them to think of, or like a show like Baki that ended up getting the sequel series later on, and he got to see it better.
I actually disagree with you. I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho deserves. It deserves a remake. It kind of has a Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it.
So we have the same taste of supernatural anime. The three of us here, like a supernatural shonen does the job.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, almost every single time. I like them. Almost every single time. Demon Slayer,
something that's slightly spooky.
Yeah,
that
Also, too, I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho. Like did we ever record that talking about that?
What?
Like rethinking the big three. Like reconsidering like if there was a big three before Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, then it would be Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon,
and then Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah.
Like looking at Yusuke as like the uncle to like the next generation's like big three. Like really being like, oh yeah, like Ichigo doesn't fit in with that shonen like aesthetic. Like that meme they have of like, oh like how awkward is it that you're the only shonen character that doesn't like eating?
Yeah,
like so like it's like always like the same thing. A kid or a teenager, life happening to him, and now they gotta like have a job.
That top three before that's a really interesting thing because I gotta actually like probably pull up a list of the '90s anime because I get '90s and 2000 mixed up. So I really wonder like what I would be on.
Yeah. Yeah. But then I've seen like people say like Rurouni, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and that's why I'm like, there was only one big three. Like that only happened once. There were three popular anime that were popular in Japan and America. All types of merchandise, movies, video games,
time on the same block.
200 plus.
Yeah.
Like every week, every month was it? I think like Monday, Wednesday, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. Yeah. Every week I was watching it.
Nah, that shit was fucking amazing.
It was amazing. It was a different time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff right now. I feel like Japan's economy's got to be just anime. It's
a huge chunk.
Anime.
Huge chunk.
Somebody had to pay for that Gundam that they built. Some.
You watch Jujutsu Kaisen?
Haven't only seen the first episode.
You made me so mad. That shit is gas.
This book's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I'm just like, this is gonna be something. So I was gonna let it sit. You know what I mean? Like I kind of.
Oh, dude, just watch the whole season. Yeah, the season's out. That shit is fucking awesome.
Immediately gave me Bleach vibes. Immediately.
Yeah, because like the evil motherfuckers will jump you. They don't give a shit.
Don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
It's sweet. I am kind of mad because I think it's Madhouse that is animating it, right?
Really? No, Mappa, right?
No, Mappa. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm from the Midwest. Mappa. Yeah. No, they did that, but they also fucked Attack on Titan on the last season with their animation quality. Like, man, you go back and watch season 1 of Attack on Titan. Beautiful. Then you watch season 4 and you're like, fuck did they do? And it's like slow grading into bullshit.
Really?
It's not bad. It's not bad, and I'm glad it exists, but it's nowhere near as beautiful as that original.
You can kind of already see it with like the slight difference between One Punch season 1 and season 2, where like One Punch season 1 felt like a movie. Like it was like, oh, you guys put your best, and then 2. It's still good, but it feels more like an actual like anime, like almost like shonen style. Like it's just there's a slight lack of attention.
It was
a little bit, and that might have been like a money reason.
Yeah.
But like you can still see where it's like, hopefully it'll stay exactly as good as it was season 2, and then just go from there.
My Hero's kept consistency though. Like the movies look just like the regular show.
Dude, if your fan base is perverts, you will have money for your show.
Yeah.
They're the worst fan base of all time.
This is true.
Oh my god.
The show I would like to have remade, Outlaw Star.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you say that, I'm gonna counter you with Trigun. I'm gonna counter you with Trigun. Damn, I forgot about that show.
Yeah.
Bash the Stampede. Like,
I should just say an old one, just like Appleseed.
Bring it back.
Blue Gender.
I'm big into like
that or what is it?
I'm big into actually like anime movies. I don't know if they're like still they don't I don't know if they count as anime.
No, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Still
Dude,
anime.
there's some great ass movies and we don't necessarily talk. I feel like Studio Ghibli kind of has like cornered the market of movies and I don't know why.
Because like when you talking about Japanese animation, like cinema,
yeah,
people immediately go to Ghibli. Like I didn't see Spirited Away until like
that
last
was
year.
yeah.
But then we watched Promare. I watched Promare earlier this year. This is show. It's take Fire Force and Gurren Lagann.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's kind of like what Promare. Very big, lively, big personality.
I like the psychological thrillers like Deep Blue and Paprika and shit like that. Paprika is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Paprika. Is it Deep Blue? Perfect Blue?
Perfect
Blue.
Perfect Blue.
That shit is
Perfect
eerie.
Blue is fucking gas. Dude,
Yeah.
Paprika. Have you seen Paprika?
No.
Paprika, the people who made Inception basically fucking stole everything from Paprika.
Yeah.
Like scene by scene, there's crazy. Now, look, Inception does have its own like different shit, but there are like direct scenes that you're like, yo, you just copied the spinning hallway.
That
in
the spinning hallway scene that was from there.
When the buildings like of the city just go like horizontal, so there's buildings going this way and then there's buildings going this way on the X and Y axis. They stole that shit too. They stole a lot of shit. I feel like those old school movies. Ooh, here's one. It was like a movie. It was weird. It was in between like a movie and a show. You ever watch Golden Boy?
That's on my
Why
list.
does that sound really familiar?
Golden Boy.
Why does that sound really familiar?
Golden Boy is the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life.
It's hilarious.
There's nothing that has made me laugh. It's definitely like it's got a little bit of that pervy element. But if you look up Golden Boy swimming right now and you watch that, scene,
like Ash Ketchum a little bit.
He do a little bit.
Yeah.
He do a little bit. That shit is fucking amazing.
No, I have to catch that one.
Okay.
Yeah, like those Perfect Blue type joints. They were just like imagine you take like the subject matter of Monster or of like Parasite, and you condense it into that like 2-hour just perfect movie quality. Like Ghibli if they just decided to go like just like horror basically. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you would fuck with those.
And then there was a lot of anime movies that I feel like got people into anime, like Howl's Moving Castle. Like I feel like that.
Mine was Princess Mononoke.
Yeah. Princess Mononoke is fucking gas.
Yeah.
I literally just looked up the anime movies because I was looking for one specifically that kind of got snuffed on on an Oscar I think last year. So I wanted to like bring it up, but Akira is also another thing. Akira is one that I would bring back because Akira in the movie didn't have the same ending as the book, and the movie ending is like it's a little too vague. It's kind of hard to understand, but like the book is like it's a lot better, but it's because it came out after. Like they were making them both at the same time, so they didn't get to make the same choices. Yeah. But Akira is probably one of the most influential pieces of anime in the history of anime. Dragon Ball Z would not exist without Akira, and if Dragon Ball Z didn't exist, you already know.
Yeah. It's just literally all dominoes like falling on top. Like
Maybe no One Piece.
Yeah.
There'd be no One Piece.
Yeah.
There'd be no One Piece.
I would not be sitting here right now.
It also set like this vibe, like the Neo Tokyo aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like that shit was Akira first. I don't believe anything else was doing what they were doing before.
And it shaped us because like the Wachowskis took a lot of what they did with like Matrix and like sci-fi storytelling. With the Matrix blowing up in like 99 2000, like that shaped us where we needed to go in like just American cinema, and that was all animated. So it's like it's just been here, man.
It's because they're experimental, and that's like what happens. You know, I feel like
they got nothing to lose. You said that episode 2. You're like they got nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose, but I feel like they don't take as much chances on media. Like I'm a screenwriter, and I'm
on Japan.
Japan takes more. They take more risks.
Yeah.
Here they don't take as many risks, but then they look at Japan when they take risks, and they're like, "Oh, let me take this, that, and the other from their shit over here." I don't know, man.
It's like it worked there, but it's just like no. You don't understand why it worked over there. Like you can't just do like the fucking Dragon Ball Evolution.
Because we 12 hours ahead of y'all. That's why, motherfucker.
The fucking live action Dragon Ball they tried to do over here, trash.
That
but,
shit was dumb. And they made Goku white, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They whitewashed it. Yeah.
But then the live action movies that have been produced in Japan, like the Bleach movie, the Rurouni Kenshin movie has I think like 2 or 3 sequels. Then there's a Full Metal Alchemist live action movie. But then the Death Note live action, which was American produced, couldn't even make it through the first 10 minutes.
That shit was stupid. I tried to watch that too. I don't like when they whitewash anime characters in this shit. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I think black people fuck with anime really hard because they're not white people on the screen. Like, all we see is, like, white people on TV and shit. But, like, you know that they're just different. And that's, like, enough.
Yeah.
And
they're struggling.
They're struggling.
They're going through something.
They're going through some shit.
Yeah.
So you connect with them. Like, I mean, like, Goku.
And they're getting checked every season. Like, oh, you think you're strong. And then somebody tells you you're not, and then you got to overcome. And it's like, well, welcome.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, I feel like you look at it. You look at a character like even Goku, and Goku, like, he's Saiyan, so he's not really like a race. But if you made him anything, you would make him Asian. But, like, I feel like his story kind of, like, he's got, like, black stories, too. Like,
yeah, they did that for the Broly movie.
Yeah.
They just straight up just did.
He came down like Space Hitler and called them monkeys to their face. Yeah. And was just like, I'll blow up your whole planet. I don't care.
Eradicated them, and then Goku was saved, and then, here we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is. My dad is, like, even into anime. Older black people always fuck with anime, and I really... It's hard to pinpoint an exact reason.
We talked about this a couple times, where it was just like that culture, regardless, just over there was always something that we mess with, whether it be like our grandparents, our parents with like kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Just like that, the dresses and the merchandise and the aesthetic, all that stuff, and then it just trickled down. It's like, well, we're a generation of cartoon watchers, and then it's just like they somehow snuck their cartoons over here, and it was just every time we saw it, it was way harder than anything we had seen the whole day. So it's like, all right, well, now I'm gonna stay up till 1 o'clock and watch this. Like,
but we also had to go out of our way to watch like some of these animes, and before Toonami, like, how the fuck
there was a pre-Toonami era? Thinking about it, yeah.
Before Toonami, how were people watching anime? They were doing it though.
It was snuck in. So like before Foxbox, like it was just regular Fox Kids. And Fox as a channel just took chances on damn near any and everything. So like in one Saturday morning block, you would see a show called Fighting Foodons, some shit called Moncoli Nights, and then along with Escaflowne. Well, like these 3 shows did not go along with each other, mixed in with the fucking NASCAR racers or like Big Guy and Rust. Like you just see all types of different shit. Or like I referenced not so long ago, ABC Family, some like off channel of like a big parent company, and
I do remember it.
All right, we got Monster Ranchers, Beyblade, Metabots, and what
you would have like Kids WB.
Kids WB was my shit. I used to love Kids WB.
They would mix their programming up with like Canadian stuff. So like it was a lot of stuff that was just sprinkled throughout like just mad different channels. Sci-Fi used to show a lot of anime. Apparently, I never caught.
Maybe my family was big on sci-fi. Like my grandma, believe it or not, really big into like science fiction movies. It could be possible. I think also like the Boondocks having an anime style put a lot of people on.
It was black faces drawn like very closely to anime characters, and they're doing fight scenes, and they got the cool and there's always this stuff going on, the drama, and it's funny. That was just like all these things were just melding into what it is now, where it's just like it's all on apps. Everybody like 19 and under, if you don't watch anime, you're weird. Like it's crazy. Like it's just part of their culture, and like seeing people our age and then older who are just like, oh, you watch anime? It's weird. It's like, well, it's fine. Like these little niggas, they know the truth.
You think there'll ever be like another Aaron Magruder?
What do you mean?
Do you like? Will there ever be like another anime? Will they make? Because they've kind of made American versions of anime. Like, like Avatar: The Last Airbender was an American.
I don't even count those as anime.
You don't count Avatar as anime?
No, I just call it just.
It's inspired heavily.
It is, but I'm like American made it.
Like
so
Boondocks.
No, you're right.
Like
it's technically not. But you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Like because people will.
I think at this point it wouldn't though. I honestly think because those shows were part of that like meld where it's just like, ooh, this is really cool and I want to make something like it, but we're
budget
American.
was behind it, effort was put behind it,
Yeah.
like drawn scenes, like
Yeah.
it was a very, very
And
good,
now I
well
think
done
they're
show.
setting too much. If anything, what's gonna happen is it's just gonna be these huge animation studios just coming over here and then just like setting up shop, and then they just know how to do it in house here. So like they might do, you know, yeah.
Netflix, you know what? I don't know.
Netflix, exactly.
Part of the appeal is that it's Japanese. Yeah. That is a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I would like if they made just like an American anime studio.
The one exception is Ruby. So like Ruby is the show that Rooster Teeth made, but the creator, he was a Rooster Teeth employee, but the creator is from Japan and he inspired it that way. And that is on Crunchyroll, it's on Netflix, it's on all these things, and it's considered in the anime category.
There's some interesting stuff that's going on that's not Japanese anime. I think God of High School, isn't that Korean?
Yeah.
God of High School is
Korean.
God of High School, it's alright. But I heard it gets better. Like
I watched the first couple episodes. It was fine. Yeah,
is better.
Tower of God, I think, is the same. Is the same as well. Yeah.
And then there's like
webtoons.
Webtoons. Yeah.
There's some Chinese animes that are coming out that are like really fucking good. But
Brazil apparently has anime.
I believe it. They're speaking Portuguese and that shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah. You know how many One Piece Portuguese dubs like on YouTube and stuff?
No, one of my favorite videos on YouTube is just like
Baltorog for the Filipinos.
Balrog,
is the old thing where you just got like Naruto saying Sasuke in every single like language, and then he gets to German, like everyone's like Sasuke. It's like Sasuke, and then German shows up and it's like Szechuan Suzuki, and you're like, what the fuck was it? The dead ass. I'm not being racist right now. This motherfucker said Szechuan Suzuki.
Oh god.
For Sasuke. Damn. And the German shit. That shit is fucking amazing. It's amazing.
That's it.
I don't know. I feel like animation's lacking right now. I could be wrong.
American animation?
Yeah.
Because everything is we're doing weird stuff. Like we're doing like Adult Swim is now like 12 noon. Like it's like you watch Steven Universe, or you watch like any of these like regular show and all these other stuff that's like we're just going extra weird with it.
Yeah, but those things are old. You got to think about regular show came out almost 10 years ago, I think.
Shit.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane to think about. 'Cause that's my last of like cartoons. That's kind of like my reference point.
Cartoons they've kind of been falling off, man. I don't know what it is about it. It's weird.
It's because
Gumball, right? Is that the last? I think that might have been the last one I checked in on.
Kids, everybody's gaming. Everybody's on their phones now, and everybody's into superheroes. So regular cartoons aren't really just doing it anymore. If you didn't get in the late 90s, early 2000s, then you probably not going to make it now.
I think it's a cost-effective thing. I think it's just cheaper to make like reality TV shows and other stuff than it is to do like actual animation.
You gotta get these animators out.
Yeah, but every American animation, it's like this like half 3D shit. Like, have you seen the Peanuts movie? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Everything is like that. And
Smurfs is now 3D.
Yeah, like
Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo movies is 3D.
It's like fucking stop doing that. I like when they drew shit. I really did. Like, I don't know, man.
No, I mean that height of Disney era, height of.
They're playing around with it. I think it was a Ghibli movie, the Earwig and the Witch.
Yeah, they did a 3D.
It's like puppets.
Yeah,
it's like almost like clay, like almost like Coraline.
Yeah,
oh, really.
But with the faces is the only digital part.
We have not had a good stop motion in a minute. The last one was like Paranorman.
Yeah. Watch Earwig.
Earwig is great, and it's Ghibli did it. I didn't even know. I looked it up, and I was like, oh, they did. I was like, why does this look too familiar?
It's like an hour. It's like an hour 20. It's like super short, but it's really good, and you could tell like it's puppets, like clay, and just like the faces itself are like the only digital thing like really happening. So
I'm really into animation. I wanted to be an animator when I was in like middle school. I remember I bought that like Richard Williams book, like that cartoon book. You know, the guy who made Who Framed Roger Rabbit, who like teaches you how to animate. I was really into it. Yeah. I think there was a weird thing where like Flash animation kind of ruined cartoons for a little while. Like everything was like a Johnny Test or like a Total Drama Island, like really weird. SpongeBob and even The Simpsons and Family Guy moved away from the hand-drawn stuff into like these like going off of these like models. Even Family Guy and The Simpsons kind of moved to that.
It was I think South Park, when they were doing their documentary, they talked about that transition that they had to do. And a lot of times it was, well, for them it was specifically because they were writing it every week and it was cost effective to change it from what it was. But yeah, I think it was just like all across the board. It was just like instead of paying these dudes twice the amount of staff, let's just everything on computer and then literally copy and paste. Like I saw them putting together a Family Guy episode where they just, it's the same mold, they just changed Peter's face, like, and it's just like, all right, let's crank up this.
And the point of animation is that it is hard and takes a lot of time, so it's like artistic expression like at its peak. I feel. But then I don't know, there's been some cool shit that's come out lately. Like, did you see that movie? It had who's old girl from Saturday Night Live who played Beyonce, what was her name?
Oh, Maya
Rudolph. It was the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Okay.
That was great. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, like, the movies are kind of coming back a little bit. They're understanding that, like, you can't just do cost-effective everything. Like, the point of these cartoons
is taking chances on certain things. But, again, it's still not
it's
enough.
not there yet. It's not there.
It's not enough. Well, you still have like titles like the Turtles that will get reimagined like every cycle they come back out.
Every 4 or 5 years.
No iteration of the Turtles looks the same. Like none of them do.
Yeah. Hey, what's your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles iteration? There's a right answer.
The 06 one? It's like the 06, 05.
Yeah.
Like when they came like
the muscular white eyes. Yeah,
that is the correct answer.
Yeah.
That shit fucking slapped, bro. That shit
hidden underground.
Like I like the continuity of like I think like they fought some type of monster, and it ripped literally a chunk of Leo's shell off, one of them, and it just stayed like that for the rest of the show. Yeah, this nigga just had a piece of his shell just missing. Yeah, or like when this was like later into that like season of the show. Where like they introduced the Rat King, and like that was just the darkest shit I've seen like in a while. Like it was like a soldier that died, and then became a part of some military experiment, like pretty much a reanimated corpse. And apparently that episode was written way darker, where like his body was literally falling apart. Damn, but it was like we can't do that. Damn, you gotta bring it back a little bit. Yeah. That is my favorite one. I tried watching the 2012 one. Also
that's the one that they did the generational episode. One? I saw the one episode. So they did one where I think that was in that same run where they meet the Turtles from the 80s.
Not that one.
Okay, I just saw that one episode and I was like, I just want to see this. Turtles Forever.
That was fun. This one is like the 3D. They're like they're literally
the Nickelodeon one.
The Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Animation, trash, story, pretty good. Yeah, not a bad show, man.
I heard that one was actually good. And then the one they just came out with, Rise of Ninja Turtles, looks like an anime, like a straight up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, heavy anime. Like they got powers.
That's not the one where Raph has a do-rag. Right?
Yeah, it is.
That's the one. Okay, yeah. That was like the latest one. That one
that's
was
hilarious.
Cool.
Do you have a?
He has a do-rag over his head.
Do you have a favorite Turtles movie?
My favorite Turtles movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I was a little kid, I actually really liked those live action. They creeped every other little kid out, but I actually really liked those.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I love those live
First one
action
is not
movies.
A kid's movie.
I didn't like the one.
It's not a kid's movie.
Not the second one where they went back in time.
That's the third.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
So maybe it was the second one that I liked. So whatever the one was before they went back in time, that was the one that I fucked with.
The one with Super Shredder Ninja Rap, Vanilla Ice. Yeah,
that shit is amazing.
That one's damn good. Dude, the first two are so solid.
The comic books are kind of dark, actually.
Yeah.
Are you caught up in like? Well, I mean, like.
I started watching, or I was reading the redone one that they did in like maybe 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I read like the first 2 issues of that. And then I wanted to get to where they were doing the Last Ronin or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's where like Michelangelo's the last one left.
I wanted to like buy that.
I want to get that.
That shit it was amazing. I just realized something. I think I figured out why animation is sucking. It's because like there's a lot less power on studios right now for entertainment. Like television channels are dumb. Nobody gives a fuck about television channels anymore.
Yeah.
You put a TV show out and you getting less views than like some kid with his abs out on TikTok, which is crazy.
Yeah, but you put it, if Netflix just bought the rights to your shit and just put it on the app, you might see more.
The newest JoJo is going straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
The newest
Shaman
JoJo
King,
coming out
straight to Netflix.
Straight to Netflix.
They got a hit. It's not really an anime, but Castlevania is like popping on.
Castlevania is pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of people like. I'm like 2 episodes into that, and I'm like, this.
The JoJo one that threw me off as a curve because that was just like coming out.
Yeah.
Well,
as its own thing, like Crunchyroll, Funimation.
Netflix I don't know. They kind of respect art a little bit. I think that they do respect creators a little bit more than these regular studios are. People take
anime
chances.
kept them in the game, like early on when they first started streaming. Like the anime section was legit.
Where's this?
Netflix.
Oh yeah. Because they brought like all your. I was watching that the kid with the I can never remember that fucking show. The kid with the bat who hits you at the end of it. It's like a weird
Paranoid Agent.
Paranoid Agent. Yeah, it's like all that weird shit.
Witchblade was on there.
Desert Punk.
Yeah.
Desert Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was different.
Anime titties.
It was different.
I don't. Sorry.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I kind of like that there were these powerful studios that were making like great TV shows, great animated TV shows. Like now, I don't know. It's not there. But there's like more independent people making cool stuff, which is weird as well. Yeah. Like with manga and like graphic novels and shit, like people are making some really cool stuff like independently, and you can find amazing stuff. But I do kind of like when somebody makes something great and they throw a whole lot of money at it, and then you have a movie that just looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, something that could be like a cultural trendsetter, or just like, hey, this actually exists. And it's like, all right, now it's a movie. Because movies have always done that, where it's just like, well, this is based off a graphic novel or a comic book or a manga. And now you got a whole bunch of people just turning their head and going in that direction. And then
I think people need cartoons. I think people really do. And I think like it might be a dying thing. Because what's the biggest cartoon on TV? Rick and Morty, if we're being real?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I know,
It's the biggest thing. Maybe that's like an age gap thing. Maybe. Because I don't know. I just really hope that it stays around for a while, because
it will. But like you said, the TV channels, television stations, those are the things that are like, all right, if they're not watching TV, what are we going to do with all of these IPs?
You need like a Nick Plus or a
Timmy Turner's still out here
Network
wishing
now.
on shit. SpongeBob.
I didn't even know Timmy was still doing his thing. I didn't even know that. Somebody said they had a dog now?
They got a dog and like the...
I know they got Poof. I know they got the baby.
They got the baby.
But now they got a dog,
And then I think Timmy shares his like... He shares the fairies with like another little girl, which is crazy.
See, they gotta expand the universe. You see how long Adventure Time lasted?
Timmyverse? They got the Timmyverse?
Mm-hmm.
They gotta start letting shit go. You know what I think the best answer would be to like put a lot of your money into like 2-season great cartoons. There's a lot of really great like 2-season animes that came out. It just is what it is. It stands alone. It's fucking like Samurai Champloo. That shit. And fucking, I mean, Cowboy Bebop is the same guy.
I think that Big 3 era was an experiment, and in that experiment you got a show like One Piece, where it's like, you can make a show that lasts for multiple seasons if you write it this way. And then the other two tried, and that didn't work. But then anyone who's tried to copy it since, it's just not, you can't do it. Like, make it 3 seasons. And then,
I heard Demon Slayer is done.
Yeah, I was like, perfect. I was like, perfect.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice.
Perfect. Yes, thank you. You told me a story, and that's exactly what I wanted.
The way My Hero's leading up with people like, they not liking that. I don't know what's going on, but apparently Deku's just unlocking power after power.
Yeah, he is.
They're not liking that. But I'm like, what you thought was going to happen? Like,
you thought he was going to be here for 10 years?
Yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Yeah. Like, and then like even how Fire Force is going. That's like almost done with season 2.
Like, and the thing is, what with Fire Force, what would have normally been probably like 300 episodes in, like 10 years ago, they've been wrapping it up. It's like, here's the it's like literally, oh my god, there's a conspiracy that we need to find. 2 episodes later, we know what the conspiracy is.
Exactly.
Let's
He's
keep
like,
it rolling, bro. Let's keep it.
I'm not strong enough yet. All right, I'm gonna beat your ass for 30 minutes, then put your hands like this, and you'll be straight. Just put your hands like this, and you're gone.
Condense it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think we liked it because there wasn't shit else for us. Now there's so much media all the time that's kind of fighting for our attention. We kind of need it to be faster.
Yeah.
That's like why One Piece is kind of hard to watch, because there's a lot of One Piece is just Luffy eating some shit. It's a lot of him finding food and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Causing problems.
It's island to island, and that's why I'm like, all right, this is Japan's Doctor Who, and it will last as long as it needs to last.
I like what you just said. I've never heard that before. I've never heard somebody call One Piece Japan's Doctor Who.
It is a serial. It's that's what I got it down to. It's just
because I only compare the Kamen Rider to Doctor Who, the way they do it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's just
in
it's
anime
still
form.
going.
It's
still going.
Yeah, it will keep going, and that's the beauty of it. It is its own phenomenon, and that's the thing. Don't copy that, because he probably knew from the beginning that I'm gonna get crazy. I'm gonna let my brain go where I need it to go, and if you try to do that with ninjas or samurai spirits,
for me now, I can't get past the, like, how did you decide on rubber though?
Yeah,
to be the power, and then to blow it up the way he did, and it's still like, yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Hey, Mr. Fantastic, leader of the Fantastic Four,
yeah,
that's like a similar power,
right?
Yeah,
but
because it's malleable and it can do anything, and it's bouncy, and it's all like you said. It's like here's you said it perfectly. Where it's like there's a world that's already existing, and then someone just threw a rubber ball in it.
Yeah.
Like it was like you just throw a rubber ball in a bathroom when you're a kid, and just like da. And that's what this kid is, and like that's the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
what happens when you punch a rubber ball? It's gonna bounce around. It's gonna bounce around.
Yeah.
He might hit you back a couple times.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, man. Figuring this is what it's about, man. It's what it's about. Yeah.
Damn.
I think anime has a community, and that's probably why people like it so much. Is there is just a strong community of people who, like, one, they talk about it, they theorize about it, and then they like make it matter, because it means a lot to a lot of people, and you can feel it, like it's strong, you know?
Going back to their traditions of putting pride in their work and the dedication to it, it's like you can just feel like the person that made that, this wasn't, even though money's involved, like this was in this dude's heart.
Yeah,
that was in that dude's heart.
Cartoons don't have that same community now
anymore. Yeah,
they don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
they definitely used to.
Yeah.
They definitely used to. And I just
someone let Ren and Stimpy on air, so yeah, they definitely used to. They definitely. Cat Dog was a fever dream. That shit was wild. That needed to happen though.
It did need to happen.
Our Real Monsters.
Our Real Monsters needed to happen.
Jesus. Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Experimental ass storytelling, man.
Yeah.
I just think weird shit needs to exist, and I really hope that these kids get to enjoy some weird shit.
Oh, they are. TikTok is a very real thing.
But it's like weirdness in a different way. That's like uncontrollable weird. I don't know. There's something about weird cartoons that I feel like you need growing up.
As long as they get, and also too, like, then every kid has the internet in their pocket or in a tablet form. And you're on YouTube, and there's billions of videos on YouTube now. So they're getting it.
Do you have any younger siblings?
Nah.
I'll tell you what these kids are doing. I've watched my baby brother. He is 12 years old. I've watched him his entire life, and since he was probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6, all he has been doing is watching other people play video games. That's it. All that he's doing. And I like remember thinking like, oh, this is weird, and I went to talk to people with other siblings. Yeah, kids are not like watching TV like that anymore. They're all watching like streamers and this, that, and the other.
Unboxing videos.
Toys. Toys Unbox, and just like you said, like chapter reviews of shows or like movie reviews. Like they're watching a 20-minute shortened version of like a 3-hour movie, or like it's yeah.
And if you enjoy that, then like by all means, that's cool. Do whatever makes you happy. But there's also this sense of community that you get, like when you meet another adult, and then like they make a SpongeBob reference, and you're just like, oh, dude, I fucking love SpongeBob. There's a sense of camaraderie with that, and it just does not exist with these YouTube. Like they're not talking about like YouTubers and shit. You experience that on your own, but you can't come together like that. And I think people do need to have something they can all rally around. People are still talking about
cultural moment. Yeah.
People still talking about Spirited Away. People are still talking about Princess Mononoke. Like, watching those shits, like, it affected your life and made you feel a thing, and maybe it inspired you to get into some shit. But now I feel like kids aren't getting inspired to get into anything artistic wise, except for everyone wants to be a gamer.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe these older shows that are getting their shots again will, like, my thing is now it's like, because there's so much, if it can either just revamp itself or give itself an avenue to shoot you back to the past, because it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's us
enjoying it, though. It's not kids looking at this shit and being like, yo, this is amazing. I can't believe this older generation had this thing. It's us. We just have become consumers. We have become the people who have the jobs and have the money, and that's like what we want. So we're enjoying it. These kids aren't.
True. I'm buying all the shit that I wanted at 13 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I'm buying it fucking almost 15 years later. I'm buying all the shit that I wanted to because I got the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it exists. It's still here. It still
works.
Yeah.
It still works.
Oh yeah, bro.
Damn, this is a good talk.
Yeah.
Good. We ain't did a long one in a minute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good talk.
Rabbit flow.
Let them know where they can find you at.
My name is Dimetrius Fields. You can find me at TikTok at Dimetrius Fields. You can find me on Instagram, same tag. You can find me on Twitter, same tag, except it's a Z at the end instead of a S.
There you go.
Beat you
So
to it.
Somebody did, and it's annoying because this motherfucker has 2 tweets. And I think his like first tweet was like, I'm high and horny, and the second tweet was just some gay porn. And I'm an ally. By all means, you could do that. It sucks that when you look up Dimetrius, all you see is this one horny motherfucker.
You're one fan that only uses Twitter.
He tweeted 2 shits. He made this account, tweeted 2 things on the same day, and then didn't do shit else with it. Just because fuck me, I feel like.
Appreciate you coming through.
Bro.
With us, man.
Heck yeah, man. Glad we could get hold of you, bro.
Definitely. When we back in town, we definitely gonna have
yes,
you.
Yes,
definitely,
yes.
definitely.
Have fun back in
sure.
LA.
And
Do your
hopefully
thing.
you should be caught up with One Piece.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
We'll see how it is. But as always, man, check us out on YouTube. Weekly videos coming out.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram,
TikTok,
Twitch,
Linktree/Negro Jump.
Come on,
We're
all
everywhere.
the links are there. Merchandise at T Public. Like, hop on it, man. Hop on it.
Yeah, join the way, baby.
Yeah, y'all be easy.
All right, y'all.